Coming up next on the Jeff Crilley Show, you're going to meet the president and CEO of the Women's Business Council Southwest. It's a historic organization celebrating 30 years. You'll hear her incredible journey just ahead.
Many are predicting that the worst is yet to come, which is unfortunate, said one person here. Until now, they've enjoyed the reputation of being the nation's icebox.
Watched a burglar in his home this morning by webcam.
As a journalist of over 25 years, stories are what make my world turn.
Reporting live from the Dallas newsroom tonight, Jeff Crilley, Fox 4 News.
But in 2008, I took the jump from my familiar life and started a PR firm from my home.
We're talking about anyone with a camcorder like the one I'm using becomes a television network.
We started slowly growing the company, and we now have over 100 clients, and we've branched into the world of live digital broadcasting. I now own 8 different TV studios and have a huge team, and the stories that I now get to share are sometimes the most important of my life. Life has a funny way of coming around full circle. This is the Jeff Crilley Show.
Well, there are some huge government and corporate contracts that have to be designated for women-owned businesses. And so if you're a female business owner and you're watching this newscast, be ready to take some notes. I am honored to have in studio Bliss Coulter. She is the president and CEO of the Women's Business Council Southwest. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you so much for having me and this opportunity.
Absolutely. So we're determined to make you no longer the world's biggest secret here in Dallas, because you guys have been around. You got a great track record, 30 years. That's incredible.
Yes, this year we are celebrating our 30th year anniversary of helping support women-owned businesses and grow them, both business and the economics.
And it's I imagine it's a big job for you to be the president and CEO. You took over that role 3 years ago. Tell us again what WBCS does.
Yeah, absolutely. So the Women's Business Council Southwest is a regional partner organization for the Women's Business Enterprise National Council that is in Washington, D.C. So we are the largest certifier of all women-owned businesses. And so what that means is we go through the process to ensure that you are indeed certified woman-owned business, which is 51% owned, operated, or controlled by a woman. So you may be asking yourself, why is that important? I know I'm a woman-owned business. What that does is give the assurance to our corporate members, to our public entities and people that we work with that indeed you are a certified woman-owned business, and that allows them to then source if they want to have diversification in the different businesses they have in their pipeline for different contracts and opportunities. So they come to us looking for those certified women-owned businesses.
All right, tell us one of your favorite success stories.
Oh my goodness, there are so many of them. I would say one of them is 2 women that partnered together in the construction industry. And they went in on a bid opportunity for a DFW airport and won the opportunity, which was a multi-million-dollar contract. So I think about that and the success with that, because it allowed them to obviously then be able to support their company, grow their company, expand, help their own families, and then, the community in which they live in. So it's kind of full circle for me, and, women working together and partnering, and then our corporations really having that desire to work with the women-owned businesses. So to me, it kind of checks all the boxes.
Absolutely.
And I really, really love that one. But there's hundreds of stories just like that. So,
yes.
Yeah.
We're going to pull up the website, and as we scroll down the website, let's talk about other benefits of membership. So obviously the education piece is big.
Yeah.
Had the women you just described, had they not been members, had they not been able to jump through the right hoops to get that contract, they might never have won that contract.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. There's so many different opportunities along with just the certification. I always say the certification is almost like the gateway. You come in, either you're thinking about it, there's an opportunity, or someone's told you about getting certified. But then we have the educational component, and what you're seeing on the screen here is a variety of different things like that, because we know women that want to continue to grow their organization, they have to invest in themselves and their company. So whether that is access to capital, or if it is, how to work LinkedIn, or what is your brand. I mean, there's so many different educational opportunities that we do, or what is a capability statement. A lot of women don't know what a capability statement is. In short, it's a resume for your company. So then when you're getting in front of these major corporations, you have something to show them of what your capabilities are within a business. And so we do a lot of different components like that. Networking is a huge component of ours, whether it is networking with our corporations, our public entities, or women networking together to do business with each other.
Sure.
Yeah.
And I have to imagine, even in the 3 years that you've been in this role, that you've seen magic happen at some of these events where two women sitting next to each other suddenly start doing business together
Yes.
or become close friends.
Yes, all of the above, and I absolutely love that. Whether it is the women doing business with each other, I heard a story just the other day of one of our events that's actually coming up, Connections to Contracts. Last year, one of the women was sitting next to someone she had never met before. She just happened to sit there, and then I heard a couple months ago now they're doing business together. So that's less than a year, just by being in the same room, the same space, having the same goal of things to do business together.
And I've had a chance to speak to your organization, so I can speak firsthand that it's a wonderful organization, and I think you foster this welcoming attitude. So there's no my company is bigger than your company attitude. Is there?
No, what I think the number one thing I love about the Women's Business Council is that everyone is there to help everyone else, to the point where our motto, kind of unspoken, I guess, if you will, is the lift as you climb. And so it really is women that say, hey, I've been there. I want to help you, whether it's by mentorship, friendship, that they want to help lift another smaller owned business, or do a mentorship or introduce them to someone. And it really is. It's, like I like to say, there's the Good Old Girls Club or the Good Old Boys Club. And so now there's the Good Old Girls Club. It really is an environment of competitiveness. It is, how can we help each other? Or if perhaps I meet someone that maybe isn't I'm not going to do business with them for X, Y, or Z reason, they will then introduce them to someone who they think that they will.
Yes.
So it really is. It's women helping each other succeed and grow and thrive. And I think that's one of my favorite things about it.
I know one of the things you're proud of is you've really helped with the growth of the organization. So you're getting more people at your local events, and you have a big event each year.
We do, yes.
You had a big blowout. It was kind of a country western theme.
Yeah.
Let's show a little bit of video, and I want you to narrate this because it's not all just learning. There's some fun.
Absolutely, yeah. So we we talked about this year being our 30th anniversary, so we want to do something a little different. Usually we do a gala, but we are headquartered in Texas, so we pulled out the country theme, if you will. So it was a little bit of boots and bling, and so we were in the stockyards, and it was really just celebrating all of the successes that the Women's Business Council has done over the years and how they've helped. And so it was a little different than our normal gala, and we got great feedback from it. It was the largest attended event that the council has ever done. Wow. So it was really, really good energy, and people were just there to just celebrate their own successes, the successes of the council, and so it was wonderful. I loved it, and I'm a Texas girl, so the boots theme and the hat really. Yeah, I like that.
Well, it looks like you guys have a lot of fun together.
We do.
It's not all work. Rattle off some other kinds of workshops that you hold. So what are some other educational opportunities?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. So we have different opportunities from, we did one just the other day of EOS, so Entrepreneur Operating Systems. So how are you structuring and setting up your business? How are you going to be scalable? So another one is we had a leadership summit. We've had one about scaling your business. I think I mentioned, LinkedIn. We have a lot about AI because we know now in the world of today, you have to use AI. And so introducing folks to what does that mean in their business and how do you use it? Because sometimes people would think, well, I'm not a XYZ company, but there are different ways to weave that in. We have our capability statement, and I talked a little bit about that. It's the full gamut from how to read a P&L statement, access to capital. You name it. It's anything that's a formation to help women's business grow, whether you're at the beginning at entrepreneur stage, or if you're exiting, or if you're in the middle and you want to scale to that next level. What are some things that you need to do to get there? So we kind of try to cover the gamut because our membership is so large. So we want to make sure to offer different educational opportunities that kind of meet the needs of all of them.
Sure.
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about It can be lonely being a business owner, even as a male business owner. I know, unless you find your tribe, unless you find your sisters in your case, it can be lonely. Talk about why it's important, especially for Gen Z, who tends to be more of a texting generation instead of a talking generation. Why is it so important to network and be around your crew, so to speak?
Yeah, that's a really good question. People do business with people they know, love, and trust. And you can't always get that through text message or through Zoom. So there is a lot of importance on being there, showing up and being present, and going to those events where you are actually meeting people.
Sure.
So I encourage, all folks, Gen Z, those who are more introverts, everything. It is hard to get out of your comfort shell, but you are the representative of your business. And so if you want your business to succeed, sometimes we have to be uncomfortable and put ourselves in situations to put the best foot forward for your business. And so being out there and networking yourself, your business is a critical component. And what you will find at the Women's Business Council is people want to know you. They want to know your business and what it is and help each other. And so it's a very welcoming environment. So it's not as scary as it may feel or see, when you're first walking into this event with 500-600 people, there's always going to be a friendly face.
Sure.
Yeah.
And just leaning on your sisters for more information. So I imagine that you develop a lot of mentors and mentees in these sessions.
Yes. Yeah. So some by way of design, mentorship within some of our programs, but a lot of times too, it is people finding each other and then wanting to be mentors from each other. To the point where I was reading a survey that we had the other day, and one of the questions was that how many people have you mentored? And it's not a requirement at all, but so many of them were mentoring, 5, 10, 15 people for each other, because it's what they want to do. And a lot of our women business owners know that, it's not just about take. They want to give back, and then they know that will come back tenfold. Sure. So the mentorship piece, whether it was by design or just by way of creating an environment and an event where people want to engage on that level, and connect, offline and outside of the meetings, and continue that mentorship and help each other, is critical and very beneficial, and especially for the seasoned women-owned businesses, those who've been around in our organization for 20 years, 30 years. They have that desire to want to give back. They have seen the benefits of the women's own business certification and what the council does, and they share that. So they're almost our biggest advocates. They're out there touting about what we do, which is great, because it helps us not be the best kept secret anymore, but they share with others the benefit of what certification is. Yeah.
And there's always something you can learn. We talk about, educating the Gen Zs. Sometimes the Gen Zs are educating us.
Very much so. Yeah. So yeah. The technology, the AI, how to implement in your business, different ways of networking and marketing and all of those things. It's important to have all, right? So I think it's very important. And what we saw, post-COVID, there was a lot of folks who started their own business, a lot of entrepreneurs, and different ways that they would go about, starting their business and getting out there, and they're great at it, whether it's videoing all the time or TikTok and things like that. So all great pieces to pull in what is comfortable to you, what you kind of got to get out of your comfort zone to do, to get out there. Great tips. And I think every generation brings something to the table that we can all take a piece from. Yeah.
And you have amazing keynote speakers. Talk about some of the people that you've had on your big stages over the years.
Yes. Marilee Kick with Buzz Balls here in Dallas. Yeah, she is. Absolutely. She was a great one and very fantastic. Oh my goodness. We've had people from the PGA. We've had Coca-Cola Southwest Bottling Company. The list really goes on, and I'm trying to think of all the different folks that we've had that have really just wanted to give back and say, here's how I use certification and where I am now. Because I think we all need to hear those success stories. I think we all need to be, encouraged by this could be me. Yes. And we've been very blessed to have those folks in our network and wanting to share their story.
Okay, we have about a minute left, so look into the camera on the left and,
Okay.
and talk to that female entrepreneur who really needs to be a part of this.
Absolutely. Okay. So I would say get certified, get your documents together. It is worth it. It does take time, but it is absolutely worth it. It can expand your network. It can help you grow your business, grow your own personal education. And so go to our website, get certified. Just come try one of our events and have someone else tell you what it has done for them, because it will help you grow your business for sure.
Outstanding. Great way to leave this program. We're also going to end with the website, which again is wbcsouthwest.org.
Yeah.
The great Bliss Coulter. Thanks for coming on the
Thank
show.
you so much for having me. I
bet.
appreciate it.
That's it for now. We'll see you next time.